Being in college during a pandemic can be an incredibly difficult time in your life when you're secluded from the people that you love the most, and you might not even be able to see your family. But don't worry, because in this video, we're going to be talking about how you can build your self-esteem and begin to love yourself even more during this time. So this video is especially for all of you college students out there, particularly women, just because I'm speaking on behalf of them at this time. But if you're anybody in college, you can really apply these tactics to your life. So let's get into it. Hey guys, my name is Eden Gold. I'm a motivational speaker and I am passionate about talking to students, high school students, college students, youth groups. I'm here to show you how to love yourself and how to overcome the insecurities that you face and the mental health concerns that you have so you can go on and be as happy and as healthy as you can be. This is Girl Talk. This is Happy Hour. This is a fun time for me and you. And with that being said, let's get right into today's topic, which is all about how you can build self-esteem. So let's start by asking this. What is self-esteem? Self-esteem is the confidence in one's own self-worth or abilities. And usually, people who lack self-confidence also lack self-esteem. And there can be a variety of reasons why this happens. Maybe it's something that happened in your life. Maybe it's something that's currently happening to you that's just eating away at your self-esteem. But regardless of what it is, there are plenty of things that you can do right now following this video that can help you learn to love yourself and learn to believe in yourself beyond anything that you ever imagined. So let's talk about this. When you're lacking self-esteem, you likely have developed this belief that you can't do things or can't achieve things or you aren't worthy of things. Think of this as your inner bully. This is a voice inside of your head that is telling you all of these things that aren't true. But maybe after repeatedly letting yourself down, it's very hard to get out of that headspace. And I know that because I have been there. The hardest moments of my life were when I was struggling a lot with my eating disorder. I would compare myself to pretty much any woman that I saw, any athlete that I saw, anybody who I thought had something that I wanted. And I thought the answer was to try and look like them. I thought the answer was to do everything in my power to try and be like them. But the truth is, it all stemmed down to what I believed about myself. I lacked so much confidence and so much self-esteem. And it wasn't until I realized that my inner bully, this inner critic in our mind, plays a huge role in the way we perceive the world, that I was able to change my beliefs. So the core of what we're going to be talking about today to build self-esteem is to change your beliefs. Because here's the thing. You will always act in congruence to what you believe. You will always act in congruence to what you believe. So whatever it is that you are telling yourself, these stories, it doesn't matter what logically makes sense. It doesn't matter if your mom tells you you're pretty. It doesn't matter if you logically have a couple of friends. If you feel worthless, if you feel ugly, that's the belief that you have embodied. And it's very hard to believe what anybody says. It kind of goes in one ear, out the other. You know what I mean? If I'm feeling ugly one day and somebody tells me I'm beautiful, of course I'm like, thanks. That's awesome. I appreciate it so much. But I don't feel that way about myself. And just because somebody says it doesn't mean that you're going to feel that way about yourself. So we have to change our belief. We have to change the things that we are telling ourselves so that we can recondition our brains to believing in ourselves. And in turn, we're going to build our self-confidence and we're going to build our self-esteem. But one last thing that I want to... Oh, wait. Come on. Wait, can you get water? Is there water?
I'm just going to get water. I'm going to go out there.
Oh, okay. Am I
I
annoying?
feel like I can't get up.
Oh, okay. I'm almost done. But before we get into how to change those beliefs that you have, I want to give you one more example of how powerful they really are. Let's say, for example, you have been in a toxic relationship before. And many people have. Many people have been in toxic relationships before. But let's say that after that relationship, you are finally with somebody who is good to you, who's amazing, and you love them. However, you start thinking to yourself, this is too good to be true. What's the catch? Something's gonna go wrong, right? Drop me down a comment below and say, I feel it, I agree, if you have been there. You begin to self-sabotage yourself and have all of these conflicting thoughts because the belief that you have developed is that men are cheaters, women are cheaters, men are bad, women are bad, so on and so forth. So, where your logic, although your logic might say, this is a good guy, I have a good thing right in front of me, your emotion and your belief is saying, all I have ever seen is bad, so it's hard to believe that there could be good. Does that make sense? If that does make sense, give me a like on this video so I know that you enjoyed it and I can bring you more value like this in the future. So that's essentially what it is. We have to change these beliefs about ourselves to build self-confidence, to build self-esteem. There's a couple of methods to do this that I want to share with you. The first one is by Mel Robbins. If you've ever heard of Mel Robbins, she talks a lot about this system called the 5-second rule. The point of the 5-second rule is to give yourself a time window that can be the dictating factor of making one decision or another decision. If you use this method, you realize that all of the decisions that you make in your life come down to a 5-second window. If you're deciding that you are going to press snooze, you have about 5 seconds to decide otherwise, and that you are going to get up and you might have a drastically different morning. You can either press snooze and sleep, or you can get up and seize the day. And that's the difference between living that day proactively or starting that day proactively and starting that day reactively. It all comes down to these 5-second decisions that we make. How is this beneficial? Well, because in times when we are having toxic thoughts, negative thoughts, and that inner bully is just perpetrating our good headspace, what the 5-second rule does is allow you to interrupt the pattern. It allows you to interrupt the thought pattern of negative thoughts. Because anybody with negative thoughts, all of us, know that when we have these negative thoughts, it's kind of like a cycle, right? We're mad about one thing, and then we realize this is wrong too, and then we're mad about something that's been wrong all day. And it's kind of a ripple effect. But if we can be self-aware enough and think about the 5-second rule, we can choose differently. We can say, oh, I'm having these thoughts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to change this thought. I'm going to go journal something positive. I'm going to go write down some thankfuls. I'm going to tell myself amazing and beautiful things in the mirror. You can change your life in short bursts of 5 seconds. So I encourage you to try that. The next thing that kind of goes in congruence with this was taught to me by an amazing man named Ed Mylett. I will be a proponent of Ed Mylett's work for my life. Ed Mylett says that building self-confidence comes down to one word: self-trust. Keeping the promises that you make to yourself. Think of anybody you know who is self-confident. It is likely that they have a track record of achievement, of keeping the promises that they make to themselves, following through with what they say. Similarly, think of somebody who lacks self-confidence, who lacks self-esteem. It is likely that they have let themselves down repeatedly. They let these negative thoughts into their mind and don't have an avenue for releasing them, and they just feel low about themselves. So the more that we can set tiny microscopic goals for ourselves, like going on that 10-minute walk, not pressing snooze, little tiny things that make us feel good, we can achieve one step at a time. And the more we achieve, the more we subconsciously reprogram our brain that we are capable of success, that we are capable of being happy and confident and achieving so much more. So my recommendation would be to start looking for those small little wins that you can achieve every single day and watch your confidence, your self-esteem, your happiness flourish. If you have gotten value out of anything I've just said, I would love it if you joined this family here on YouTube. We're going to reach millions and millions of young adults, Gen Zs, millennials. You're all welcome here. Subscribe to my channel, and better yet, hit the bell on the side of this video so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. I want to help everybody out there as they navigate these crucial moments in their life with simple daily practical steps that they can do on their own time. And this is particularly for people who are social distance learning because it's easy to feel alone. It's easy to let yourself get sucked down a whirlwind of negative emotions. And if you don't do anything about it, who knows what would happen? You might grow depressed. You might have a hard time finding motivation to even go to school. A lot of people do. And I don't want that for you. I want you to succeed. I want you to achieve. And so I hope that you don't just watch this video, but you begin to apply it to your life. I hope that helped. I love you guys. I'm going to post some videos down below that I handpicked specially for you that I think you're going to get a lot of value out. Thank you for being here, and I will catch you guys in my next video. This is Eden Gold, your motivational big sister, and let me know all of your video recommendations down below so I can be here for you. All right, guys, later.